Hello, everybody. It's Matt. You know that already. Little bit of a different camera setup. I just bought a new iPhone, so the camera's a lot better, so I don't look as grainy and backlit and kind of weird. But you can see all the imperfections, which is awesome. So, this week, let's talk about this week. Let's talk about what the hell has been going on this week. I actually wrote something down. So I'll read it and then we'll talk. Let's start with what the hell happened. The week of 111 was Revelations Week. Internal revelations, external revelations in general. Up until now, we've been working on ourselves, our paths, our journey, and our connection with others. This has been a relatively slow, methodical journey. We've been able to go our own speed, stop, ask questions, hide, and figure out our next steps. No more. Right now, it's ride or die. We got transported from serving suggestion to here's your spiritual diet, and here's how you need to live. We can no longer pretend that what is happening is avoidable, or that we can take our sweet time. Time has come to suit up, get ready, and move on. It comes down to this. If there's connection, harness it. If it is negative, leave it. If it is positive, go towards it. If it contains light, strive to look at it. Things have shifted to such a degree, we can no longer take the time out to daydream about the things that may, might have, might be, will be, could be. We need to work on ourselves. The universe wants the best out of you now. What we are all going through is a rebirth. This is a chance for you to look at all that is holding you back and to release it very quickly. All of our old selves, patterns, ways of thinking, they are coming up to the surface extremely quickly. Where we are going, we cannot go with the burdens of the past. So what does that mean? What does all of this mean? Think about it this way. Shift happens. It's catchy. Think of the last few years of all of your lives. We've been able to go at our own speed. We've been able to stop and go and question everything that's going on. New Year was a little bit different. The New Year felt a little bit of a kick into high gear. This week, it was that kick into high gear. This week, it was literally the universe going, no more. No more stopping. No more turning around. No more hiding. No more hiding from yourself. Here is your best path. Here's what you must do. Here's how you transcend all the shit that you've gone through and that you're still holding on to. Let it go. Because where you're going, you don't need it. You need to help others. You need to figure out your highest path. You need to figure out your best path. You can't do that if you're holding on to burdens. Manifesting is now at that point where it's happening to such a degree that we can manifest ourselves silly. We can manifest all the best things we need for ourselves to move forward. Everything that we need to feel comfortable in life. And you can also manifest healing. And if you're still working on yourself and still have plans on like, oh, in a year, in 2 years, in 3 years, that is no longer part of a timeline. That is no longer acceptable. That is no longer your path. If you're watching this video, the universe has other plans. The higher calling is there. The manifestation is there. The need to find your true self is there. If you're ready for it, if you're willing to say, okay, what do you need from me? If you're willing to move forward at light speed, this is it. There's no more stopping to smell the roses. There's no more being able to mosey on down the path extremely slowly. This is that light speed organization that most of us really need at this point. This is true self. Finding out what you're really made of, finding out who you truly are, finding out what's in here. Because once you find your true self, once you find your realization, once you find your self-love, once you find who you truly are, you are able to help others exponentially. That's what this is all really about. The past couple weeks have been that ramp up to opening the floodgates of emotions and past and everything that you really want. But it's also opening the floodgates of, here's your past, here's everything that's ever hurt you, here's everything that you cannot, have not, will not take with you. That includes pain, suffering, that includes patterns that you thought served you for so long that you realize at this point, maybe this week, it doesn't. You know how you know? Because it's painful and it's coming up to be released. And if it's coming up and you're holding on to it, you're missing the boat. You're missing the point. You're missing the idea that you need to be free of all these burdens. We need to be free to help others. We need to be free to move forward. We need to be free to be our true selves. And I keep saying our true selves because who you were last year, who you were with all this pain and suffering and fear, is not who you truly are at this point. The past couple weeks have slowly been able to show you what you are capable of without the fear in your life, without the burdens in your life, without constantly going back to a security blanket of old patterns and old thoughts and everything that you know doesn't serve you. And the funny part is, you know all this stuff isn't serving you. You've been possibly working on stuff for years, possibly trying to just release it. It just took one big last push. And this isn't the last push, but you know what I mean? It just took that one little bit of, oh, I feel it. I feel the possibility. That's what this is. It is the possibility of how you can be without everything else that's burdening you, without something keeping you down, without something keeping you back, without your mind keeping your heart back. How are you going to react? How are you currently reacting? How are you going to move forward? Are you going to choose to release all that doesn't serve you? Are you going to choose to release all the burdens? Or are you going to keep them close at hand just in case? Because if you're keeping them close at hand right now and saying, but I don't know who I am without all this stuff, you're doomed. You're doomed to repeat the same thing over and over and over and over again. You're frankly just missing the boat. If you just buck up, man or woman up, say, you know what, okay, I think the universe knows what's best for me. And you allow all this stuff to come through you and understand what's really going on and understand, okay, I don't need it anymore. I don't need this. I don't need this to be part of who I am. It gets released. It gets released very quickly. You know what happens next? The manifestation part. Manifesting your true self, manifesting self-realization, self-actualization, self-love, because that's where it all starts. The fact is, everything needs to go so fast because we have to understand what else is coming. We need to open the doors wide and say, you know what? I'm here. I'm here. I'm allowing. I'm willing. I'm loving. I'm giving and receiving the best I can. Show me how to do more. And the universe will show you. Very, very, very quickly. But the first thing you have to do is understand that what is going on right now, what is going on with all this releasing is for your highest good. Where nothing is trying to keep you in pain. Nothing is trying to keep you down. If you're going through hell right now, if you're going through this period of, oh my God, why is the past coming back? Why are these old patterns coming back? There is a reason. You have full ability to let it go and realize this is not who you are anymore. That's all you need to do. You are being taken care of. You are fine. You will be in the best place imaginable. And again, realizing that your true self is different from who you think you are at this point happens like that. It sounds weird. It sounds freaky. But think about this. If you let go of who you thought you were 2 weeks ago, a year ago, what you've been going through, you have a clean slate. And your clean slate allows you to do unimaginable things with yourself. Unimaginable things in your mind and in your heart. It allows you to spread love without any blocks. It allows you to be who you truly are meant to be in order to fulfill your highest destiny. That's amazing, friends. That is truly amazing. And all you need to do is release. Sign me up. If you've been feeling it, if you're feeling it, if you're going through it, allow it. Allow it to just pass through you. Sorry about that. I actually just had to move the camera and stop the video for a second. To recap, though, I mean, this is just a profound shift. This is manifestation to the nth degree. We have the ability to become a way better version of ourselves, not just for ourselves, but for everybody else involved, for the earth, for the globe, for the universe. And I want you to understand that this means so much for transformation. It means so much for everything involved. It means so much for the world. It means so much for you. You know why? Because you are the center of everything. You are the center of your own world. And if you just release and allow healing, there's no telling what could happen. It's amazing. Also, I do want to pull an oracle card. I've talked a lot about shifts. I've talked a lot about manifestation and how everything seems to be going really, really fast. I want to pull a card because I feel that we all need a message right now, besides what I just said. Let's see. Let's see what we have. I already pulled this card. Spirals of Manifestation, number 18. It was the first card that I actually read, and I think we all need to re-listen to it. The creative, rebellious path of love moves in spirals. It's not linear. Sometimes our mind decides that the way forward is to take clear steps from one point to the next logical point. However, there is a genius within that can guide us on an alternative route. If there is an unnecessary pothole or delay in the typical linear path of progression, and the curved loop in the path will be quicker, more fun, and more beautiful, then why not allow yourself to be guided to that path? This can happen through trust and wisdom rather than rigid adherence to what on the surface appears to be logical progression. You are in the midst of a spiral of manifestation. Something is coming into being, even if you think it's further away than ever before. How amazing it will seem when what you have been dreaming of falls into place. Suddenly, what you have been thinking of creating will plunk into your reality, seemingly out of nowhere, because it was just around the bend, just out of view on the spiral of manifestation, and you could not see it coming. In truth, it was coming to you all along. This oracle has a message for you. Sometimes, when we feel the furthest away from what we want, we are actually closer than ever before. Just one turn on the spiral loop of creation can see your manifestation take root in the world. You must hold true to your faith and keep working on your progress. Forget about believing it when you are seeing it. Any old soul or young soul can do it. You are a bigger, braver, more ancient soul. You have enough chutzpah to believe it so that you can see it sooner, bigger, and brighter. Do not give it in to those who tell you it should have all happened already or that you have failed. They are just suffering from a lack of patience and understanding, as well as an arrogant assumption that their notion of timing is somehow superior to the greater divine timing at play in life. Be in goodwill with yourself and the universe. All is unfolding perfectly, whether you feel it right now or not. This oracle also brings a message to you about the perfect synchronicities that are taking place in your life. You may have started to notice this already. When we live from the heart, honor our creative center, and choose unlikely but lovingly rebellious ways to be in this world, we will begin to notice synchronicity every day. It is as though the universe is speaking to us intimately on all matters, which of course it is. This oracle reminds you that there is no point rushing to the bus stop. If you are way too early, you are just wasting your time. Better to live your life at a more appropriate pace and get there at the right time. You don't need the anxiety that comes from rushing towards your destiny. Try not to worry quite so much about the future. You will attract what you want and need so much more enjoyably if you relax and deal with the here and now. Remember, too, that your life path is unfolding in harmony with the path of others. You will meet each other for the greatest benefit when you trust in the flow of the one great creative spiral upon which this galaxy spins. Everything is ultimately in harmony with everything else to fulfill the great, big creative intent of the supreme creative force of love. You're included in that. Lucky. Again, the healing process. Say, spirals of creation, spirals of light, you bring my manifestation to life. I trust in your wisdom and in your grace. Help me be wise and keep the faith. Repeat as needed. Now, we had this a couple weeks ago. We had this at the beginning. We had this at the beginning of this journey. To be here 2 weeks later, have the same message as a reminder that we are manifesting. We are becoming. We are the creative intelligence that needs to move forward. And you will meet those that you need to meet. You will be where you need to be. And you will do what you need to do. All you need to do is trust. And if that means letting go of what doesn't serve you, that is what you need to do. Now, my friends, I love each and every one of you. I wish nothing but the best for you. And I want you to remember each and every day that you are loved. You are loved, you are special, and you are definitely worth it. Till next time.